afternoon to you lovely people out there. It's a beautiful day in the mother city, and it's that time of the day again where we are paying a visit to our talented entertainers in Cape Town, South Africa. Today we are visiting the Rythm factory, who is owned by a very phenomenal woman who goes by the name of Elvina, aka Vee. She's well known for her energy and innovation as a dancer, performer and teacher and choreographer. And as you know, she went all the way to New York to get some extensive dance training, and now she's giving back to the younger generation, sharing her vast knowledge with them. So let's go see what they're up to. So like I said, we are at the Rythm factory and I found the young lady, Elvina. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. So please tell us.
Me a young lady.
Yeah, Bible. So please tell us exactly why did you start the Rythm factory, and tell us more about the Rythm factory.
So how I started the Rythm factory came surprise. I actually started teaching for another school, and she was actually a ballet teacher and wasn't clued up on hip hop, and she needed one hip hop teacher. So I started out teaching one hip hop class a week for her, and I hated it. I hated working with kids. They were annoying, and what am I doing with my life? And then slowly I started, teaching for a couple of weeks, and I started loving it. I started love working with kids. 2 years later, I then started my own, kiddies classes from the age of 3, and basically that's where I started. I started teaching one class for someone else, and then from there it just grew.
Oh, beautiful. So please tell us, when you started in dancing, I mean, you've been in the dance industry for a while now. How did things start for you as a dancer?
When I was actually much younger, I grew up in Mitchell's Plain, Westridge, and my cousin, she had these ballet outfits, the old tutu, and so that was my first liking to dancing. And I told my Mommy, I want to do ballet, and she was like, no, it's van die duivel af.
Yes.
It was either that or there was no money for dance classes. She either lied to protect me, from knowing the truth. And so ever since then, I always wanted to dance, but I wasn't allowed to. And then started dancing in church.
You've got my story.
So I started dancing in church for a long time, 4 years, since the age of 8.
Yeah.
I never had any, proper technical training until a later stage in my life when I went over to New York.
Sure.
So it was just workshops here, do this, do that, and so
You found your own way, basically.
Basically.
Yo, that's so cool. I never knew that, eh?
10 years later.
Lovely. So please tell us, you went to New York. Please tell us about that experience.
Okay, you're going to need a whole day for this.
Actually, a whole show.
So when I finished school, I won't say when, I took a year gap because I wasn't sure what I wanted to study. But knew what I wanted to study but wasn't allowed to, which was dance. Took a year gap. I worked for the year to be in reception and saved up 2,000 a month to cover my studies as internal auditor.
Thanks.
For 4 years.
Elvina, this is really my story. Now I'm not lying even because we didn't prepare this. Oh my word, okay.
So I studied for 4 years at Cape Tech, yes. But my friends always like, Vina, why are you here? You don't belong here. Anyway, so I was getting older. I think I was, 22 at the time. And so it was now or never.
Like that choice.
And that's when I met my husband now at the time. He was like, no, Vee, you have to go. So we planned for a couple of months to go to New York when I was done studying. Then I went to New York in 2008 to 2009, and that's where I got my, technical training, got my background in b-girling, hip-hop, I met all the originators. You know what it's like to go back there, the originators of hip-hop. And I did a split concentration between ballet and hip-hop, so I did 5 ballet classes a week, which I absolutely loved, and then hip-hop classes, 5, 6. And outside the school, I still went to go and take more classes because the school that I was at, they weren't giving all the classes that I really wanted to do, like the real foundation of, which was whacking at the time, and real b-girling and some popping. So I went elsewhere, spent more money to go and learn some more.
It's like studying.
So I basically studied, but I mean overseas, New York is...
That's real though, eh?
Even like in LA or Japan, wherever you go, it's whatever you learn in a month is basically 6 months elsewhere in a third world country. So I just crunched everything in and I learned as much as I could. Came back home and that was it. That was now or never. Yeah.
So beautiful, man. Jy inspireer my sommer vir my nou. Ek voel nou sommer goed vir my journey. Okay? So please tell us, I mean, if I listen to everything that you've went through, you actually really pushed to be a dancer, man. Like, why did you choose dancing? I mean, you could have been an auditor. Like, why did you choose dancing as a career? And how did you make it work for you, like, for so many years? Because, I mean, we all know it's not doesn't have a stable income. So how did you make it work for you? And why dance?
Sure. Like, I tried other things. I tried working 9 to 5. I worked at Virgin Active 4 years, being a studio manager. I tried everything and I just was unhappy. It sucked the soul out of me. And so it wasn't easy.
Yeah, obviously.
I was broke for a long time. I'm not going to lie, So I don't think I chose dance. I think it really chose me. For real, because whatever else, everything that I've tried, you tried this route, everything not failed, but just wasn't.
It brought you back to dance.
Yes. And so the bee-girling thing happened, and that was like my main heart for breaking. I competed in 2012. The first qualifiers as for bee-girling in Cape Town, South Africa. Myself and Foxy won that, went over to France, competed there. So that was amazing for me. It was like a big thing for me.
Massive,
Anyway, I had to stop breaking because of back injuries and stuff. But I also do like the little six step and whatever.
It's still in the blood.
Back to the question. So how I made it work for me? Sure, it wasn't easy. I did a lot of things on the side beside dancing. And just teaching kids was really a big passion for me, what I realized after a while. Because, like I said, when I was younger, I wasn't allowed to dance. So giving the kids opportunity from a young age to decide what they really want is amazing. I know there's so much things happening with kids, so much activities, this, netball, softball, gymnastics, whatnot. But give it to them.
You got option.
Yeah, and if experience it, and if I don't like it, thank you, I tried it. But for me, I wanted to do it, and I would have loved to have started from a young age. So that is what keeps me going. Teaching kids, and I love working. It didn't come naturally. It took time for me, exactly. And so I started my own dance school, and that is what's sustaining me right now. So there's a big difference between being a teacher and a dancer. So I'm focusing more on the teaching side for now, until my back is completely healed, yes.
And you can come back
and then back into the game.
Love you, man. I love it.
I am right now,
Awesome stuff. Yeah, so I want to actually see you dancing, seeing that you've been everywhere. So let's check out this dance clip of Vee Girl Vee. Man, that clip was so cool, and like we said, we're catching up with Elvina Vee Girl Vee, and it's so cool just to hear your story, man. I mean, you also said that you went to France, you went to New York, so please, I mean, is there any other highlights that you would love to share with us?
Sure. Okay. Actually, besides the whole dancing, thing, I also worked with dance fitness stuff as well with Virgin Active. So I released a dance program called Just Dance, which I saw you were in Shami's class. Okay, so that was a program that I released last year for a year, and it got played nationally. So I traveled teaching instructors to teach.
That's great.
So it was more like more pop, more hip hop, salsa. Besides that, while I really enjoyed doing that. It was really something different to the old dance world, where it was dance fitness, another world. Another thing was, besides being a dancer, a teacher, I'm also a choreographer.
Sure, please Tell us.
And I choreographed for 2 movies, Warner Brothers.
If you didn't know, now you know.
Oh, actually, I was a choreographer to Sophia, Grace and Rosie.
Lovely. Nicki Minaj, it's all miss.
Nicki Minaj. And the other movie was called House Party 5, which I was assistant choreographer, not the actual choreographer. But just the experience was...
Being part of it.
Yeah, it was just unexpected and such a blessing, really. Sure, there's so much I can talk about, but those were like basically the highlights for me.
Awesome stuff.
Yeah.
But it's cool because you can actually see dance did choose you, man. Like, you've been through challenges and stuff, but I mean, look at the kind of stuff that you got, and it was set out for you at the end of the day, you know?
So and I think you have to put yourself out there. You can be at home, you can be training, but you have to be outside in the dance world for people to actually see you and see what you're capable of doing. And it's also not just about what you can do in moves wise, but what kind of person are you? Reliable? Can we trust you? It's not just about what you see.
Wow.
You know, it's the whole package.
I'm glad you said that also for dancers if they're watching, you know, for them to know, okay, what should I do if I'm a good dancer, but maybe I'm not a good marketer, or maybe I'm not always on time, you know. That kind of stuff is also important. Yeah,
So
no, for sure.
It's the whole package.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Tell us more about, I mean, training. When you started, you also mentioned like you didn't start off as a hip hop dancer, and I mean, you faced some challenges, but I mean, that time it was difficult obviously to get training. Like now you can just go onto YouTube, you can type in and you can find whatever foundation you want. But I mean, how did you go about finding that training for yourself? It was harder, obviously.
To actually think about it, my first training was one class, modern dancing at the Eon Group with Miss Medal. And then later on, I obviously started teaching myself because I was dancing in church and took over the dancing, and I was very passionate about that. And then I actually bought the DVDs of Not So You Think You Can Dance. What was like the first dancing movie?
You got served.
You got served. Oh! There was like this learn the steps.
Really?
Yes, I got it at home still, and I learned.
Ik moet een kopie krijgen.
And then after that, I'm not sure exactly how I got into it, but it was Emil's breakdancing class, and that was my first thingy when it came to breakdancing. Was Emil's classes. Yeah.
So cool. So you went and you made a way.
My parents wasn't very happy with me. They were totally against dancing. I was the rebel.
But you actually made it work. You showed them that it can work.
I made it work. My brothers and sisters are all married, you know, have a good job, you know, good house, and they're secure, and Vee.
Vee is not Vee.
But later on, I discovered on how to, you know, make some money, have a business, like you said, having the whole package.
Yeah. Awesome stuff, man. And that's an example for the young ones watching the show, and also the parents watching to show them that it can work if you put your mind to it. It's obviously harder, but it's possible. And I mean, the fact that you can do what you love doing, waking up and doing what you love doing. Because a lot of people have 9-to-5 jobs. I had it. I didn't love it. You wake up, you're upset. So you in that position where you can actually love what you're doing.
Not even saying that dancing is hard. It's actually much harder than a 9-to-5. Because you're not working from 9 to 5. You're working all the time.
Thank you.
And it's not a problem because you love what you do. So you're not really counting the time. You're just waking up. Okay, gotta work, gotta dance. I love it. Let's go.
Yes.
You know, so it's harder.
Yeah, it's not like you can come chill after 5. If you have a gig after 5, you need to be there. Got it, yeah. Also, like, I mean, any challenges that you faced in your dance career this far?
Sure, I think my biggest challenge was just not believing in yourself. That was the biggest thing for me to get over, is to believe in yourself first, for other people to believe in you. That was the biggest thing. And you get the usual, your aunties, your mom and dad asking you, why are you dancing? You can't make a dance of a career. That was a big thing for me. And besides the usual, you know, getting turned down for gigs or castings, you know, that's just part of the journey of your job. So that's all, but it's all linked up to your main purpose. You can't be not going to castings, you can't be not going to practice. How are you going to get to that pinnacle? You know, you have to stop to something, get experience,
and go through that process.
And then, you know, you can't just be giving the pinnacle. How are you gonna handle? You're gonna fall.
True.
So you need to go through all the hardships to get to the top.
It's so good that you said that, because I also sometimes I couldn't understand when things don't work out and you feel demotivated. I think it's also a thing of self-motivation also, and a lot of people think it's a quick way up there. I mean, like it sounds like you're saying it. There's no shortcuts basically to get to that top. You need to actually take your time, take your time with that. Yeah. So please tell us. I mean, if we take it back to the dance studio now, the Rythm Factory. What's the vision with the Rythm Factory, and also how can kids belong to the studio?
Sure, the Rythm Factory has grown so much. It's just unbelievable.
Sure.
And I think it just comes with a pure intention and with a good heart. Because I just really, really want to help kids and nurture their talent. And that's what it's about. That's what the Rythm Factory is about nurturing kids' talent. So, we have over 200 kids now at the Rythm Factory.
That's so cool.
We have teacher Deezy, Bruce teaching breakdancing, and teacher Kim Jansen and myself. So we have 4 teachers at the moment. We're in schools in the week.
Okay.
And then on Saturdays we are at the Red Kids Academy. And you can go onto our website, www.the-rhythm-factory.com, and please feel free to email me, ask me any questions.
Awesome. Tell me just a random question also. What does hip hop mean to you? I mean, hip hop means different things to different people, but what does hip hop mean to you?
Sure. For me, hip hop is just the most important thing is knowledge of self. For me, knowing who you are, knowing what you're about, and know what you stand for. Because if you don't stand for anything, you'll fall for anything. So that's for me. I stand for something, which means, and it didn't just happen overnight. You know. It took a long time. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm 32 this year. I'm not a young buck anymore.
Like 22.
So yeah, I'll just encourage kids to believe in themselves, and they can do anything that they set their mind to it. I mean, you see kids at HHI, babies performing like adults.
Yes.
They can do anything they want to. They can do anything they want to. Exactly. So we train kids not to think like kids with dancing's concerned, but to push boundaries.
Lovely. I love how you said that. And also speaking about dancing and the dance scene, what do you think do we lack in the dance scene? Like things that we can work on in the dancing here in Cape Town? Because I know we're very segregated and there's a lot of things. I mean, there's always going to be issues, but what do you think we can work on here in the dance scene?
Egos.
You think we've got a lot of egos?
It's just egos, and I think that, and people say Cape Town is so small, everyone's on the same scene, but there aren't any, there's not a scene in Cape Town. There are scenes, there's a Bonteville scene, there's a Northbound scene. It's segregated, definitely. So I think it's just egos, and there's enough cake for everybody.
True. And I think people don't think so. They feel that it's just mine. Yeah.
And if you feel like you're not getting any, make your own.
That's what I'm doing. Hey. Awesome stuff. Thank you, man. And then also, I mean, if you have any advice to the young ones, dancers or young kids or just young generation dancers that's just starting out, any advice for them?
Sure. I just want to say, believe in yourself. Look in the mirror every morning and say, I can do anything that I put my mind to it. It might be hard to believe because you're so tiny and the world's so big out there. But if there's someone that believes in you, trust me, you can believe in yourself.
Lovely stuff, man. Oh man, ek voel sommer ge-inspired, gemotivated. And then just the last one, how can the community support your dancing or your school?
Sure. Well, right now we just have a little group on Facebook, the Rythm Factory on Facebook. Like the page. Share your thoughts, share your comments. If you want to send your kids for a trial class, we start from the age of 3 years old. And we have a new teens class as well from the age of 12 and up, which is teacher Deezy. He's teaching right now as we speak. Share your thoughts. You can come for a trial class. If you want us to come to your school, we can definitely get that going.
Awesome stuff, man. Thank you for sharing your story, man. Oh man, I'm so inspired. If you guys are not inspired, then I don't know. That's it from us here on A Walk with Mel. So we are lucky enough to quickly catch Deezy, teacher Deezy, as Elvina has referred to. So please just give our viewers an introduction of who you are and when you started dancing.
Okay, cool. What's up, guys? My name is Densley Corrales, also known as Lyrical Deezy, within the dance community. And I started dancing about 10 years ago, I would say. Like 10 years ago, I've been in the scene, doing my thing. And I'm a street dancer first. I'm also a teacher and a choreographer. I'm here at the Rythm Factory. So yeah, that's what I do.
Awesome. Speaking of the Rythm Factory, I mean, what is it like being here and being and teaching these young ones?
At the Rythm Factory, like I really enjoy it here. I teach a teens class and I assist teacher Vee in her kiddies class. I mean, it's really good to see the young kids growing and to just like impart like something in them. So it's really cool being here. It's very, very fun. It's good to see the growth on the kids, and I'm very passionate about it. So yeah,
Awesome.
that's why we do what we do.
Lovely.
Yeah.
I can hear that passion in your voice. So please tell me, you give hip hop classes, right? And how can people get hold if they want to come join the classes? How does that work? I mean,
Yeah, I do hip hop classes. Currently, I'm doing like a variety of beginners,
Okay.
movement, and advanced choreography. But I mean, if there's any kids that would like to be part of the Rythm Factory, you can just go to the Rythm Factory on Facebook,
Yeah.
and just email inquire about joining the class. If you'd like to follow like my personal movements of my workshops and stuff, you can just hit me up on social media,
Lovely.
Lyrical
Share that,
DZ, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. You can just hit me up. You can just follow my journey and see like what's next, especially around Cape Town and South Africa. Thank you so much.
Awesome stuff. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you so much.
Lovely. So we're chilling with a very young dancer here at the Rythm Dance Factory. So please tell us what's your name and how old are you?
I'm Emma and I'm 8 years old.
Awesome. So please tell us more about you dancing here. Do you love dancing at the Rythm Factory?
Yes.
What do you love about it?
That you can do something wrong and you can correct it over again,
Awesome stuff. And please tell us, why do you love dancing?
because dancing, my dad and everyone, basically everyone in my family loves dancing, so I've got the impact of them on me.
Ooh, beautifully said, man. People, you need to know. I hope you learned something new today. Thank you so much, eh?
Okay.
Ba-ding-da-ding-da-ding-da-ding-da-ding.